welcome back. If you just joined us, a very good morning to you. You are tuned to Fanisha Radio 104.9 FM, bringing the community together. I'm your host, Indu, with you until midday. Well, now we are going to welcome Miss Ahluwalia online, and then she's going to answer your question live on immigration matters. If you have any question, you are welcome to call the studio 972-235-5555.
Welcome to your weekly community service show, Your Business Matters, with Pallavi Ahluwalia of Ahluwalia Law Offices. Tune into their show between 10:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. every Wednesday on 104.9 FM and ask her all your legal questions. Ms. Ahluwalia owns and operates Ahluwalia Law Offices PC. She received her law degree in 1996 from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, and also has a graduate degree in English Literature and Master of Philosophy in English Literature from the University of Punjab, Chandigarh in India. Ms. Ahluwalia is also a certified mediator and has served as an appointed mediator for Collin County Courts. In addition to regularly volunteering at legal aid clinics hosted by the Legal Aid of Northwest Texas, Ms. Ahluwalia serves as a legal advisor to CHAIP, a non-profit organization working on issues related to domestic violence. She also spearheaded and participated in the inaugural annual legal aid clinic that was held to benefit the underprivileged South Asian community. Ms. Ahluwalia also served on the North American South Asian Bar Association's Executive Committee and is the founding president of the South Asian Bar Association of Dallas. Her speaking engagements have included being the speaker at the National South Asian Bar Association's annual conference, speaking at the conference held by the Texas chapter of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and a presenter to the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce activities. She has been featured in Texas Lawyer magazine for an article on law firm ethics. Ms. Ahluwalia speaks English, Hindi, Urdu and Spanish. Her office handles cases involving immigration and naturalization law, family law, business law, contract law and civil litigation. She can be contacted directly at 972-361-0606 or pallavi@yourdesilawyer.com. The content of this radio program is made available by Ahluwalia Law Offices PC for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. The transmission and receipt of information contained in this program does not form or constitute an attorney-client relationship. Anyone receiving any part of information on this radio show should not act upon the information without seeking professional legal counsel. For best results, consult an attorney in person.
And let's welcome Miss Pallavi Ahluwalia on air. Good morning, Pallavi. How are you?
A wonderful morning to you, Indu. Thank you for hosting me. And I have to say that just because of some traffic, I wasn't in the station, but we're patched in through my office. And we're going to have hopefully a smooth show and no call drops.
But finger crossed.
Legal counsel. For best results, consult an attorney in person.
And let's welcome Miss Pallavi Ahluwalia on air. Good morning, Pallavi. How are you?
A wonderful morning to you, Indu. Thank you for hosting me. And I have to say that just because of some traffic, I wasn't in the station, but we're patched in through my office. And we're going to have hopefully a smooth show and no call drops.
But finger crossed. Yes, I mastered it by now.
We have callers that are calling.
Yes, we do. People been waiting for you, Pallavi. So let's go straight to the lines, and then if any updates, we'll ask you later. But let's see who's with us now. Good morning. You're live on the air.
Hi, this is Sunita. I had a question regarding getting the processing of my the green card for my dad. Unfortunately, I lost my mom, and we don't have his marriage certificate. And in the magistrate's office, when he went to get the marriage certificate, he says that he needs to get the oath from both husband and wife. So, will in that case a death certificate work or an affidavit work for the green card? So is there a certificate of the government has been a little stubborn in requiring the marriage certificates for fathers. I think it's on a list of documents for them. Now, there can be secondary evidence documents that you could submit. So we're talking about anything that showed them as husband and wife. Now, and we've researched this for our clients, under the Hindu Marriage Act, it is only now that a marriage has to be registered. Earlier, the Hindu Marriage Act excused the registration. So the older marriages in India were not, registered formally. So So using that as well as, so it has to be an argument that has to be made to the government, along with your secondary set of documents that show mom and dad together. So if there is any place, maybe if she had a passport and it says a wife of, or there are any joint documents that show both of them on it, that would be.
Yes, we have that. Passport is there.
Use an affidavit and use an argument, if you can argue this with the government, that this belongs to that point, and at this point the magistrate is unable to register in her absence.
Okay.
All right?
Hello?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so even the death certificate can be presented where it says that her husband was this and this, or you think that
Yes, so
we
if
should
there
not
is a
use that?
death certificate, if there's a death certificate that does show the relationship too, yes, by all means use it.
Okay.
Or use any other secondary evidence that you can find which lists them as spouses. And an affidavit would be helpful too, but I would also use the Hindu Marriage Act to excuse the lack of registration, because I don't think the officers at USCIS are quite understanding this.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for. Sorry.
Sure. Okay. And just a quick thing. So in that case, you were saying that we have to present an argument. So I have to write something along with the information which I submit.
Like would be So basically, when we're asking for them to look at alternate things, or then you just do need to argue it. As on your cover letter that presents the RFE documents.
Okay. Talking about the Hindu Marriage Act. Got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question. Good morning, you live on the air. Your question for Ms. Pallavi, please.
Hi, actually I have a question on H-4 EAD renewal. So actually my H-1B receipt notice and H-4 receipt notice is received and it is filed by my employer. So I would like to know if can I renew this H-4 EAD, can I submit the I-765 form using this receipt notice?
Yeah, so I'm not understanding. You're both a recipient of an H-1B under the quota as well as an H-4. Is that what you're saying?
Extension, actually. I am in H-1B
So the
extension.
H-4, okay, so it's not your case. The H-1B extension is for your spouse and you're the H-4? Or is the...
No, I am the H-1B. I'm the H-1B.
You're the H-1B, you have an extension that is pending. You have an
H-4 extension is also... H-4 extension also parallelly is going on.
Okay. So using that receipt, you can also file the EAD. But see, either you file all of it together, right, or then you have to await the approval of your H-4 to get the EAD. So even if you do create that and you have no end period, then at this point with the EAD you're not qualified. So we suggest either doing all three of those together, and if you do it under premium processing, you'll have a quick result. Now if you don't have that, then you may have to just premium process the H-1B.
And H-4 is taken care by my employer. I can only renew my H-4 EAD.
Yeah, but you do, as an employee, you do have an ability to premium process it. You can ask your employer.
That is already done.
Okay. And is it approved?
Under premium? No, it's under maybe within 2 weeks I may have a status.
Yeah, then I would wait for an approval and then use it for the EAD renewal. I would wait for that. Otherwise, you're just going to get an RFE.
Again, we have to wait 90 days, right? So,
correct, from that time.
Okay. And now the processing for EAD is taking correct 90 days, or it depends?
Well, the government is trying to extend it by a regulation that they had announced but not finalized, and they want to take 180 days instead of 90 days. Right, so at this point that regulation is still pending, so it's only going to increase. The wait times are only going to increase, not decrease. But again, you don't have an end date that you can request on the EAD, and that's the reason I'm asking you to await your approval of the H-4 prior to sending it with the EAD.
Okay, actually this is going to affect his employment since within 2 months his legal that EAD is getting expired.
Okay. Yeah, then, you could try it, but this may just get an RFE. So you're going to delay your process anyway. So it's either going to be a delay because the government wants to know what's the end date, or you delay it till you get your result. So I think I would go with the second choice, where you delay your filing till you have, now after you have your approval notice.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can I remind you that you are listening to Your Business Matters with Ms. Pallavi Ahluwalia, and for any questions after the show, you're welcome to call them at 972-361-0606. Can I also request, then please ask me one question and keep it short. And this show is so popular, then so many people wait. But let's see quickly who is on the line with us. Good morning, you're live on the air. Your question, please.
Hi, my question is, me and my wife both are on H-1 visa right now, H-1B. And soon I'm going to file extension for my H-1B visa. But I also want to apply H-4 EAD for my wife. So if I do everything, all three of them together and do the premium processing, will I get the EAD as well at the same time?
So you won't get the EAD in 2 weeks, but that is a good idea, because that's exactly what the caller before had the question just that preceded yours, was a similar kind of a scenario. So in this case, yes, when you're renewing your H-4 and H-1B, then put in the EAD application along with that. So if you're sending this under premium processing, your EAD will not come in 2 weeks, but at least they will have the H-4 approved quickly, and then that makes them speed up on doing the EAD.
And another thing with a link with the same question, that my current H1 is actually valid till February next year. And if let's say they file it and we get the results in 2 weeks with premium processing, so that would be effective from February, or will it be effective from now, like both H1 and H4?
Okay, so what you have to say is, what is the beginning date of the employment? It is a question that is asked on, I'd like to say, page 4 or 5 of the I-129 form, that says dates of employment from to, right? So if you're asking for a change that starts from right now, for example, you have an amendment or a change of location, so you're looking for that change from right now, then it would be effective from right now. If it is that it is an extension without any change, then you want to go till the end of the validity period that you have, which is in February, and then extend from there.
Okay, but now if I get the H4 in premium processing, then my wife, she cannot work till she get the EAD, right?
So yeah, she will not be able to work till she has the EAD. That is quite correct.
Okay.
You have to have the EAD in hand before she works.
Yeah, because as you said, H4 will be effective in premium processing after 15 days, let's say. So then she has to wait for EAD card.
Correct. Yeah, because just an approval of the H-4 does not allow her to work. That is not an employment authorization document per the I-9.
So irrespective of the fact that EAD is pending.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning. Your question for Ms. Pallavi, please.
Hi, my question is about the drop-off eligibility.
Okay.
My current visa, my last visa and the passport expired in this February, the H1 visa, and that belongs to my previous employer. Now if I go to India, will I need to go for an interview because my employer is different, or will I just be able to use the drop-off?
Yeah, so so the only way that they will allow the interview waiver, the government does have a list of questions, okay, and we can just go over that quickly with you. And those questions are, do you have the previous visa in the same class as the visa that you wish to apply for? The answer would be yes. Was your most recent visa issued in India and not abroad?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And okay, did you receive your visa after January 1st of 2008? That would be another
Yes.
question. And you've had no refusals for the visa in any class after your most recent visa issuance?
Right, yes.
Okay, and if you're applying for an H or L visa, then your prior visa in the same class is still valid or expired within the last 12 months?
Right, it expired within last 12 months.
And so then you will be looking at these requirements that I see out there. And is your prior visa is not annotated clearance received or department authorization, is it?
I don't see anything like that on the visa itself.
If it's not there, then you should be okay to be able to renew it under the Dropbox program.
Because I saw all those questions. It doesn't ask anything about the current employer. I mean, like the visa belongs to current employer or a different employer.
Yeah, I don't think that is as important as the fact that it was the H-1B. It was valid within the last 12 months. You had a visa from India. So those are the requirements. But you also have to understand, and this I always say this to people, which just makes immigration law sometimes impossible, is that so you can rely on these requirements that the government has placed on Dropbox processing. There is a large play of discretion that's also out there that you have to be aware of. So if the officer does require you to come in, they will just ask you to schedule an interview. So, but you can at this point, apply at least under the Dropbox eligibility.
Okay. But in case they want me to come in, will they be able to at least give me an appointment even if the wait times are like 2 months or 3 months?
No, that I can't say. That I cannot say. I'm sure that they are as keen to use a Dropbox. That way they know. And we've been hearing from the notices that are coming from the Department of State that India is currently backed up in their counter processing. Right. So that's out there still. So I'm sure they're as keen or as eager to get you off that queue of the waiting and process it, where they don't have to actually have an appointment slot given to you.
Okay. Can I ask another question, please?
Okay. Go ahead quickly.
It's about my I-94. If I travel by land to Mexico from Texas border, and I return back with that old with that visa which is already expired in the passport, but with my I-797 which is approved, which is valid till another 2 years, will they be able to let me back in the country and give me the new I-94?
Correct. So this is something that you have to understand is a contiguous territory rule. I talk about it quite often, and this is that once you have an approval notice without an I-94, if you were to step out of the country, go out to any contiguous territory, and actually some of the islands also are included on that list, you can step out, literally drive through there, go to present yourself at the CBP, and the officer there at the port of entry will give you an I-94.
Based on my I-797, right?
Correct.
Okay. So even though my visa, H-1 visa and the passport has expired, they will still let me back.
What you have to understand is So one thing to understand, and this is a note of caution for everyone, is that you have to make sure that you have the entry requirements for Mexico, right? So if you're going to Mexico, which means that you may have to, if you do not have a valid visa to the U.S., Mexico does require you to obtain a visitor visa to Mexico to be able to enter Mexico.
And is that available at on entry, on arrival?
No. This has to be obtained. There is a Mexican consulate or a post here in Dallas. Look through the requirements and you could apply there. And then once you have that Mexican visa, it allows you entry there.
Okay, but US should be able to allow me back in on our expired visa, right?
Based on your approval notice, correct.
Right. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning, you're live on the air. I think they are waiting and hold on. Hi, Miss Pallavi. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I think we have lost our caller. Miss Pallavi, I apologize. I think we've lost you. And if you call back, and then I can definitely take the other people on air. Studio number 972-235-5555. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, Indu.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I lost you. Okay, ask your question, please, quickly. Hello? Good morning, live on the air. Your question, please.
Hi,
This is regarding H-4 EAD. Actually, my H-1 is expiring in January, and my wife's H-4 is also expiring in January. Is it okay to file H-4 EAD right now?
No, it has to be filed with, so if you're going to file the H-4 EAD, you have to understand that you're going to have it only for 6 months, right? So it takes them 3 months to process it, or up to 3 months to process it. So the validity period of the H-4 EAD, whatever the value that you hold in terms of the filing fees, would be only good for 3 months from the time that they approve it, right? So it's, at this point, if you have eligibility to extend, then my suggestion would be, if it's expiring in January, then at this point you're at the 180-day mark already, and you can file an extension. So file for the H-1B, the H-4, and the EAD all together. Okay, and if there is any change in employment, then you can file for that change in employment even, and that would make the H-1B validity even happen earlier than January. However, if you just have a plain extension without any changes, then you would put the January start date, and it would go on for 3 more years if you have an I-140 approved, which is what I'm assuming you have. But
Yeah, I just got it. Okay. Yeah, but my only concern is I can't file parallelly because my H1 and H4 my employer will take care, but I guess EAD I think I need to file. Is it okay?
No, which is fine. No, it can be still filed. You have to just tell the employer to include your EAD application. You're paying for it, you're doing the forms, just have them included.
Okay, sure.
Okay, that's a smoother way to go about it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, good morning. Your quick question. You've got 1 minute, so hurry, ask your question now.
Hi, can I speak to Pallavi?
You are talking to her, so hurry, please. Only got 1 minute left.
Oh, okay. Hi, Pallavi. Thanks for picking up my call. Just had one question. My brother had applied for H-1B on 2012, and since there was no lottery, it went through the approval, but they gave an RFE for some employee-employer relationship or something, and after that, the employer didn't appeal for it. So, can it be considered for quota exemption if you are applying for the coming year?
Exempt. It is not exempt. For it to be exempt, you have to have it approved.
Okay.
A denier takes it out of the mix.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, we only have about 30 seconds left. Ms. Ahluwalia, would you like to quickly to give your phone or your website quickly, please, for people to contact you?
Of course, it's 972-361-0606, and the front desk has a calendar, and she has a consultation policy that you all can go through with her. The website is ahluwalialaw.com, or colloquially, youadesilawyer.com. So you're welcome to log in and even ask for an appointment on the website.
Thank you so much, Ms. Palvi, and you have a great day, and thank you as always.
Thank you, Indo.
Thank you.
Offering free implants and Invisalign Consult. Call for an appointment at their Richardson office at 2